everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I am going to be ranking my Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes. I seen Make Up Your Mind do this, and I thought that would really be really cool. I did comment asking if it was okay if I did this as well, and she said that was great. Go ahead and do that, and I will link her channel down below. She's really, really nice, and I like her videos. She likes eyeshadow palettes a lot. As much as I do. So I have which it's kind of interesting because I watched her video and I have a variation difference than her. So I have palettes in here that I'm going to show that weren't in her video. So if you want to see more ranking of eyeshadow palettes, I will link her video down below and you can watch that. So I have my stack, and I don't have them stacked in any particular order. I don't really have numbers, but the best is saved for last, so that's just kind of how I'm going to do, so I can talk about it, focus on it a little bit more, and then I will go from there. So this one is Urban Decay Beached Eyeshadow Palette. Now, I don't hate this eyeshadow palette, but it's just, I mean, it's just, you can only go so far with it. It's still a great formula, and there is only one, like, perfect amount of shade in here. This one down here is a satin, and then there's just shimmers and satins all throughout. So I would say that, but it is beautiful, and the theme of this like collection, it was kind of a small one. I feel like not anything like a naked palette would be, but it's still really pretty. The packaging is very pretty, and I really like this. But it's not something I've reached for a long time, I will admit, but I don't want to let it go, so there's that. So that's the one at the very bottom for me. So the newest palette that they just came out with is this Stone Vibes palette, and it's gorgeous, beautiful packaging, just, I mean, just beautiful to look at. But for everyday use and practicality, I'm not going to put it very high up. It's really, really pretty, and definitely a creative turn for them, and kind of almost leaning towards Urban Decay's, like, pretty much who they were when they first came out. So just beautiful shades like that. Very not easy to work with shades, but fun to kind of spice things up a little bit. So I would say this palette's not exactly for everybody at all. And I did do a look with it. I will link it in the cards just if you want to see that. It's just not very playable. Like, there's like there's 4 mattes, but the other shades are like those pressed kind of, I'm not really sure. They're flaky. They're like the flaky ones. In my video, I called them kind of like fish scaly because they just flake off, but they're still really pretty. And you could definitely pair this beautifully with another palette. It can be a really good companion palette, so I will say that. The next one I'm probably going in like practicality order. I'm probably going to, so I'm going in like practicality for me. I'm going to go with the Naked Cherry palette. It's really, really pretty, and you can definitely use this for an everyday palette because cranberries and reds are not exactly out there shades. You can definitely tone them down, but I would say for me, this is not something that is like a quick out the door go palette because it's still pinks and reds, because you have to kind of baby those shades, if you will. And those ones are not like, basically they're not a quick out the door palette, but nonetheless it's still really pretty, and I do like it. But like when I first bought it, I was really excited about like this first half, which I feel like kind of happens with a lot of like Urban Decay palettes. This first half right here is everyone's kind of like, oh, this is good. So maybe they could do like a peachy palette. I don't want to like be like stepping on anyone's toes here, but I just love these shades. That's the thing I like the most about this palette, is these shades right here. They're just really pretty, and you can definitely get a soft look out of that. So out of 12 palettes, this would be ranked number 10. It's not a bad palette, but it's not my most loved. So the next one I have in the lineup is going to be number 9, and this is Naked Honey. The packaging on this is really pretty, but it is kind of bulky with this like raised writing. It's still pretty. It looks very like molten gold, and you could melt it down. But I would say gold is not like my most go-to shade. It's not my favorite to work with, especially with my skin tone. But it is still really gorgeous. If I'm looking for some kind of look like that, that's like a golden shade, I would definitely go for this. You know, kind of like that honey vibe. Like, hence the name of this palette. But with that being said, I would say that this one also, but the pro about this palette is it has probably the most mattes I've seen out of a Naked palette. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mattes in here. So you could definitely make this a pretty easy palette to work with, make it an everyday thing. But I would say this one probably not for me. I don't know, maybe I need to like reach for it. I'm kind of being a little bit curious about it, especially now with like New Year's coming up. It'll be really good one. So maybe I'll like put it here on my desk and save it. So that one would be number 9. So number 10, I'm gonna go with Naked Heat. I know this one is kind of similar in the sense like tone wise because this one's orange and the cherry's like red and burgundies and cranberries, but this one is orange. This is Naked Heat. I absolutely love this palette. When it first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just perfect. It's just gorgeous. I remember doing a look with this, and it was just came out so good, and I wished I filmed it, but I didn't. It always happens. You come out with something that's just so fire, and it's not good. You don't even get to remember what it looks like. So this is Naked Heat. This one has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes in here. So that beats the Naked Honey. I didn't know that. So with this one, I would say this one ranks at number 8. I really like it. I've used this one probably the most out of the most recent palettes from them. So, you know, I can't really, I don't really have much opinions on these. They're not bad formulas. I would say Urban Decay, they're actually pretty great if you know how to work with shadow and stuff like that. I've said in the past that pigmentation is not 100%. Like if you want 100% pure pigment eyeshadow, you're gonna be sitting here for a couple hours. So you want something that's buildable, that you can work with and really get some good use out of. So that's what I would say this one is. Has a good versatility to it. You can go really bold or really soft. So this one is a good one. Then I'm gonna go Naked Ultraviolet. I'm really not sure how this one is naked, but the reason I liked this one is because I really like purples, and this one is just, the packaging speaks to me. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous packaging. I just absolutely love it. It's just galaxy beautiful, and I know it's kind of like gemstone tones, like not the Stone Vibes palette, but that's when this one is kind of looking reminiscent too. It's very gemmy. This one is really pretty. I really like this. Now, is it practical? No, but it's just something that if I want something bold, I can definitely pull this palette out and get a good look out of it. I very much like this palette. It's really pretty. It's kind of pulling in a lot of the Urban Decay vibes into their Naked line, because I feel like purple is like Urban Decay's color, or it used to be. They're kind of not, I don't know, it's kind of not their like homage anymore. So anyways, so if you don't have this palette, maybe you might want to check it out if you're looking for something that you can do a little bit more of color with, maybe do some bold looks, but you don't have to go all the way out there. So that's why I like this one, and it's number 7. So number 6 is going to be the Urban Decay Naked Ultra Basics, and I believe you can still get this. I'll put it on the screen here if you cannot, or you can. But this one is all matte, except for this one right here, which is a very, very soft satin, but it's all matte. So this one's really a good companion palette because it's matte, and you can definitely just pick whatever you want, go wherever you need to go. And I actually really like this palette. I can't remember, I didn't get it when it first came out. I got it like pretty recently in a sense. But it's one of my top favorites for companion palettes because I love to pair palettes together. I guess I just need 400 eyeshadows right in my grasp. So this one is number 6. So now we're in the like top 5 here. So for number 5, I am going to pull in the Original Naked palette. This one is so pretty. It still has a good place in my makeup collection. It has some definitely good use to it. It's really pretty. I am glad that they didn't continue to do the same packaging, this cardboard packaging, just because it doesn't last as long. This is something I will never get rid of. I do continue to use it sometimes, but it's slowly making its way out the door to not be able to be used. But because it doesn't have any, it's not crumbly or anything, it's not drying out, and I take relatively great care of my makeup. And so with that, this palette is a keeper, and I absolutely love it. And it is quick makeup friendly. You can definitely just cup, especially with Buck and Naked. So with Buck and Naked, there's like the things that like people just loved is you could definitely just throw a quick look on with that and just make it super, super quick and easy palette. So this is a good one. Unfortunately, you cannot get it anymore. I do not know why. I feel like they should have just kind of kept it for like I feel like Urban Decay should have just kind of kept this just kind of like in the back burner. Just kind of it's like peeking its head up in the background a little bit. I don't think they should have completely discontinued this. And maybe the sales went down or something, but I kind of feel like they should have just kept this for nostalgia purposes and just kind of kept it as a staple because it is so great. And if they would have brought out the Naked Reloaded also, then people would have been reminded of this, and it probably would have got back up in sales. But that's just my marketing strategy. So I have found that I have another palette. So we have 13 palettes instead of 12. And so now I will say we're in our top 5 now. Naked Original is always going to be in the front runner, but it's just kind of, I don't use it as much anymore because it is quite older. But it is something I will never get rid of, but it's something that I will stop using. So what I will say next is Naked 2 Basics. Now, I really, really wish I never got rid of. I sold my Naked 2 palette because I just didn't think I needed to use it. But this is the Naked 2 Basics palette. And it's just really pretty, but it's all matte. So once again, it's a good companion palette. And it is mini, so it's perfect for that. And I actually just recently got this like last year, or this year, I think it was this year. And I really, really love this palette, just because once again, like it's a really good companion palette. Like you can definitely pair this with like the ultimate, the Ultra Violet palette, and it would be a good like kind of mix in there because this has some grays tones and stuff in there. So I really, really love this palette. And then I'm going to talk about On the Run palette. This is a mini one. This is called Detour. And I absolutely love this palette. I did a look with it and it just came out just so gorgeous. It is kind of similar to the Beached palette, but not so much. And this palette, this shade, Switchback, I'm going to swatch some shades. So Switchback in this palette looks quite similar to Lucid. So I'm going to swatch them. Alright, can you tell a difference here? It's like they kind of... So, this one is a Switchback. Let's see. This one right here is Switchback, and this is the Lucid one. I don't tell a difference at all. Maybe the Lucid one is a slight bit more shifts to the green, but I can't really tell a difference. So that's pretty cool. But this one would probably be number 5 for me. I just really like it. It's everyday use, but also with a fun pop of color in there. And then I am going to throw in at number 4, the Naked Reloaded palette. This is like kind of, so this one is, the reason I like it is because it's definitely an everyday palette for me, definitely. But the reason I also like it is because it kind of has this first shades of the Naked Cherry, but more, you know, kind of along those lines of making it like peach tones. And I love this shade right here. The one is called Retro. It's just a beautiful, beautiful palette. And it is, I would say it maybe is an updated version of the Naked original, but I wouldn't say it's anything super comparable. They're definitely very different, but I really, really like this palette. It's something that I always kind of pull out. It's something that I pull out when I'm trying to look pretty glam. Today I used a Gen Nude palette. And I really like this one. I'm not really hard to say, but it kind of has a special place in my heart. I do like the packaging. I know some people don't, but it kind of feels very luxurious to me. It's really pretty, and the flowers on it is pretty. So I really like this palette, especially for versatility. And then my number 2 palette, I'm gonna say it's Naked 3. I just think this one is so beautiful. When I think of glam, I just think of this palette. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it, and maybe it's because it's a pink tone, but it's just like that blush tone. So pretty. I love it so much. These 2 palettes, the Reloaded and this one, they just kind of remind me of being glamorous. I'm not sure that, I don't know why I associate that, but I just think it's so pretty, and I just think that it's, and you can still get this one. Sometimes I see the Naked 2 palette, but it just keeps being sold out. But it's just so pretty, and I just feel like you can make like the most beautiful soft pink eye with this. And I kind of want to pull it out and use it again, but I have a recent video of, I went through and did all my Urban Decay videos. I can link that playlist if you want to see that. And my number 1 palette from Urban Decay, I'm going to say, is Urban Decay Born to Run. Some people, you either love this or you either hate this, and I absolutely love this palette. I just think it's so pretty. It has a lot of the shades of each palette that we like, and some new ones to play with. It has like this still shot. It kind of reminds me of the one from the Reloaded palette. Some stuff from some purples and some great. Not that I'm traveling very much anymore for a long time, but I just think this one's so great for travel because it has so much options, and it's a good formula, and it's beautiful. This packaging is just gorgeous. I feel like a lot of people have talked about this, and this one had a good hype and following for a long time, but I just think this one is so pretty. What do you guys think? So maybe comment your favorite Urban Decay palette down below and just let me know how you feel. So out of 13 palettes, which I didn't know I had 13 Urban Decay palettes, but lo and behold, we do. So I will link Make Up Your Mind down below. Go check out her video. She's the reason I did this. A lot of other people have done it, but she was the first person I seen do it, so I was really excited to do it. Sorry if it kind of seemed like I was all over the place. I have so much more things to do today, and I'm just kind of trying to cram them all in. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and go check out Make Up Your Mind. She is a great YouTuber. I really love her videos, and she is super fun to watch. So without further ado, I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.